Freight Flak Pack. It's Termex here, and welcome back to another Borderlands 3 build video. Today, I'm going to make a build centered around the Anarchy shotgun, because this is Anarchy Flak in Borderlands 3. I just beat the new DLC. It's an amazing DLC. I love the story. I encourage you to get the DLC if you have not got it yet. And if you like the DLC, let me know in the comments down below, because I think it's a little bit better than Handsome Jackpot, but that's my opinion. Now, before we even get into it, to get this sucker right here, it's basically a world drop. You can get it from any source in the game, but if you farm the final boss, I'm not going to show it if you want to be spoiler free, but I'm not going to show the boss. Farm the final boss. It's pretty obvious who's the final boss, and just keep farming that said person, and you'll eventually get this. For the purpose of this video, mine is non-anointed, so I can show you guys how overpowered this gun really is, and it's a better build for the more general public. Going in quick here, let's start off into our Hunter skill tree. 5 out of 5 in Interplanetary Stalker, so we get the bonus gun damage. 2 out of 5 in a Second Intention for a little bit extra reload speed. I'll explain why in a minute. 5 out of 5 in a Hunter's Eye for all of the extra bonuses. 3 out of 3 in a Head Count, so we can get our action skill back quicker. There's really no point to put any points in the Two Fang because we're using a shotgun, and one extra projectile isn't going to really be doing much. 3 out of 3 in the big game, so we could get double the duration on our hunter skills and plus 30% on the skills effect. And 3 out of 3 into the most dangerous game. This plays a big part in our build because my class mod gives an additional 3 points. So when we kill a badass, we're getting 50% raw gun damage added on to what we're doing, plus 20% crit damage for 2 minutes. And it's crazy, it's ridiculous, and it's probably even more than 2 minutes because of big game. 1 out of 1 into Galactic Shadow, so we get the 15% raw critical hit damage at all times. 3 out of 5 in a Grim Harvest for the extra gun damage. That's basically the only reason we use it, because these other 3 perks are not very useful for the type of build we're going to be running. And finally, we're going to pop off with Megavore, so we get the 20% crit chance no matter where we hit on the body, so we can proc head count when we're outside of fadeaway. Over into the Stalker's tree, we're going to be using 5 out of 5 into Furious Attack, so when we shoot an enemy, we're going to be getting even more gun damage. 5 out of 5 into Overclock, so we can shoot this shotgun faster because it shoots pretty slow for a TD or shotgun, and it's a tap fire shotgun, so you can't just hold your mouse button down or hold down your trigger if you play on console. 1 out of 1 into Lick the Wounds, because you already know this perk. Even Deathtrap thinks you need to get this perk, alright? He had it before, and now you have to have it. Wait, Deathtrap never revived you, did he? Anyway, 3 out of 3 in a Turntail and Run for the bonus gun damage and fire rate while standing still, which makes it easier to cycle through your stacks. I'll explain more about that when we get to the gear. Plus, the health regeneration and damage reduction is nice. 1 point into Self-Repairing just to get further into the tree. 3 out of 3 into the Fast and the Furious for 25% gun damage and 10% movement speed. 5 out of 5 in Hidden Machines, so when we're in fadeaway, most of the time our Spider-Ant's going to be targeted, so we're going to be getting bonus 30% gun damage if the enemy is not targeting us while we're in that fadeaway. 2 out of 5 in a Rage and Recover, so when we get a kill, us and our pet both get health regeneration. It just increases our survivability because we don't want to be losing those Anarchy stacks, and it takes a while to build them up sometimes, but when you lose them, you do get a little angry. And finally, 1 out of 1 into the Power Inside. So when we're above 50% health, we're going to be getting 50% bonus gun damage upon activating our action skill. If we're not above 50% health, it's just 25% damage. But most of the time, we're going to be above 50% health. And our final 3 points are going to be going into Persistence Hunter for the 12% gun damage, plus the action skill duration, which is amazingly helpful when you're trying to center up your shots in fadeaway. As for the fadeaway setup itself, you're going to want to run at fadeaway with Until You Are Dead for more survivability and movement speed. And you want to run Unblinking Eye, so every shot there's going to be plus 75% crit per hit, which is amazing for bossing. Not that you need it with this gun. I hope it really doesn't get nerfed because I think it's a balanced mechanic, but it just excels if you use it right. But yeah. As for your pet, I always like to say personal preference, but we're dealing with a lot of elemental damage here, so I popped on the Spider-Ant Scorcher myself. And for the purpose of this build, Guardian rank will be disabled to show the true potential of this build without any benefits from my playtime. Onto the inventory, I already told you guys about the Anarchy. Mine is a Deluxe Anarchy. You may get a different prefix. You might get 446 times 22. I don't know if that's a thing, but if it is, that would be ridiculous. Now, the thing about the Anarchy, every automatic reload or a kill gives the gun 30% additional damage, but it makes your accuracy terrible. But this stacks up to 10 times, which is 300% gun damage. 300%. It's amazing. It's amazing, and it's not anointed too. And you probably already saw how it melted the bosses in the beginning clip. Now, it doesn't matter what kind of you get of this. I don't think it comes in anything other than fire, so just get yourself an Anarchy right now. Unless they make a nerf, I would let you guys know in the comments, but right now, you don't need anointments, and anointments seem to be bugged for me. I'm not getting a lot of weapon anointments as of recently. I don't know what that's about, but maybe it's intended, but just get yourself an Anarchy. It doesn't matter what it has on it. As for the shield, I do have a level 53 transformer. I am trying to farm up a better shield, but I want to keep my on-action skill and bonus for the cryo damage, plus the transformer is a very good survivability shield. And as for the grenade, I got a surge just so I can keep up my stacks of furious attack, plus I get the shock anointment every time my action skill ends. That goes towards the Anarchy. And now is where we get into some more complicated things. This is the Pearl of Inevitable Acknowledgement. Ineffable acknowledgement, I guess. But during the new DLC, you get this from Claptrap, right before you go into the final boss segment of the DLC. Now, what does this do? Well, stack damage increase plus 20%. If you read further into it, it says consecutive successful hits grant 1% increased damage per hit up to 15 times. At maximum stacks, it adds an additional 20%, so that's 35% damage when you're at max stacks constantly hitting. And if you're hitting a big boss, pop this on and you will melt it. Grave Ward, the final boss in the DLC, any big boss that is pretty much impossible to miss, pop this on, because you're going to be getting bonus reload speed, bonus health, and all of that good stuff. But if you really want to just go around mobbing, I recommend something that has a victory rush for the more damage and movement speed. This is a very, very good one that will be included in this save file. Yes, it's a save file for you PC players, but it's gonna make it more survivability, more damage overall. The 18% damage is nice. That 17% shotgun damage, I don't know if it will stack with our class mod. Maybe it will, maybe it won't. I don't really know. But speaking of our class mod, the holy grail of class mods I have yet to get, this puppy I could finally put a use towards, and I am so happy about it, because I guarantee you in the comments someone's going to be like, oh my god, you bought it off of eBay, you bought your class mods, wah! I actually get comments like that. I don't know why. I'm giving you guys the save files. I'm not cheating. I just want to play the game, and I want to get some good class mods. It's not my fault I don't have a life and get the drops I want. Anyway, the Bounty Hunter class mod, we have 26% weapon damage, 33% shotgun damage. The Torg weapon projectile speed means absolutely nothing to us, but that's going to help out our shotgun a lot, plus all the skills it gives us. But that 3% to activate our hunt skills so we can activate the most dangerous game at all times is amazing. That most dangerous games buff is an amazing, amazing buff to have. Alright, so a little quick rundown of that. Like I said before, you will get a PC save file for all my PC players. Link will be in the description below, along with the Flagback Discord if you want to, check that out. I might mob in the DLC area just so you guys can see. Spoilers, obviously, there's going to be some enemies you probably never seen before, so if you don't want to see this part, I completely understand. I hope you guys have a terrific day. Enjoy the DLC. And subscribe and hit that bell because I'm going to be posting more builds before you leave. But if you want to stay around and you want to see what I'm going to be doing, then let's go right into it. The two main things you want to avoid with this build: don't click your reload button, and don't go down. Just pretend you're playing Gage in Borderlands 2. If you're a Gage main from Borderlands 2, this is probably a walk in the park for you. But if you played Salvador and held down both your triggers for 2 hours, this might be a little difficult. But let's try to look around for some enemies. This kind of reminds me of the graveyard from the Headhunter from Borderlands 2. There we go. Already 60%, 90%, 120% more damage already. Now, these guys do resist fire, these little burning guys, but as you see, it's not a big deal. These primes are going down. Boom. Oh, he dug under. You know what? That's fine. Boom. I'm sorry, Mr. Prime. But as you guys see, the more stacks you're going to be getting, you can't really keep track of your stacks. The way I keep track is look at your accuracy. The worse your accuracy is, the bigger the square is, the more damage you're doing, basically. But in a short amount of time, we're already almost one-shotting everything. Here's a prime, and he's 3-shot. Nice. Now, I will say the one downfall is if you get the reload like I did, this reload right here, where you throw it, I've downed myself a few times with that, you know, and it's kind of annoying because when you down yourself, you do lose all of your stacks, just so you guys know. But as you see, my square is huge, but the only way you lose your stacks is if you get down, automatically reload, fast travel, or end the game. It sucks, you have to be in one area, but I guess that's how it's balanced out. But if you do one of those things, it will end your stacks. These guys are summoning back in. Boom, boom, boom. I love this noise this gun makes. It's so satisfying. Kill him. Oh my, the damage is just insane, man. The damage is just crazy. Yeah, it's crazy. Boom. We're just gonna go around and kill a few more enemies just so I can show you guys how it performs without, you know, all the cuts to only the good parts. And you can see the raw damage you're gonna be putting out if you're using the build. Where are you at, buddy? Oh, whoa, whoa. Jesus, you came up close. As you see, even with the reduced accuracy, if one pellet hits them, it doesn't really matter. It really doesn't matter if only one pellet hits them. They're gonna die. It's just inevitable that they're gonna die. Look at this guy down here. See, you're just dead. But as I said, when you get down, you're gonna be sad because you're losing out on all this damage. But here, this guy right here, let's go into our fadeaway and see if we could one-shot him. Yep, definitely a one-shot gun. I never would have thought a shotgun would be one-shot other than a, like, you know, the stagecoach. But you know, I was proven wrong today. Apparently, this thing just mows through everything. I've not tried it with the Maliwan takedown, but I guarantee you this thing probably shreds through that too. I mean, look at this. This is ridiculous, dude. I'm like barely aiming at you guys and you're dying. But yeah, that's the whole premise of the build, guys. I'm really excited. A lot of people in my Discord were saying they found this gun as well and they love it. So I want to show you guys this build while it's still, well, the DLC came out like 4 hours ago because, you know, they delayed it on Epic Games and it kind of held out my playthrough video, which is kind of annoying, but you know, stuff happens, and that was a million damage, but stuff happens, you know. I'm glad at least Gearbox fixed it. They're probably under a lot of stress because of the whole virus thing. They probably have a peak player count right now. And look, another Anarchy. Not as much pellets, but it's still an Anarchy. So as you guys saw right there, it is a world drop, and you guys can get it. Oh no. That's why you don't want to down yourself with this gun and lose all your stacks. Anyway, guys, thank you so much for the support recently. Let me know how you guys are enjoying the DLC. If you're interested in joining my Flag Pack Discord, there will be a link in the description below. Once again, PC save file. Make sure you subscribe if you want to support what I do here, and leave a like, because that really makes my day. But, yeah, hope you guys have a terrific day, and me and Scorch Jr. will see you guys later.